given for the common good. And so for me, that's been like, okay, I need to immerse myself in authoritarianism studies, fascism studies, try to bring that knowledge and information that I have as a researcher and a scholar to the church.
Yeah.
And that necessitates moving a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, that's part of it, in addition to, just different job, career, vocational opportunities and things like that.
I'm glad that you started individually, because I say for me, there's been a stirring to expand beyond and experiment with different formats of encouraging the church in this particular moment. And specifically, I've always been passionate about, but haven't necessarily had the opportunity yet to explore what it means to be a dedicated storyteller within the context of the Black Christian experience. If people ask me, what do you desire to be? What do you hope to be? I've always wanted and hoped to be one of this generation's, because I don't think any one person can embody that legacy, but I wanted to be one of this generation's, Dr. Howard Thurman's, like the people who were patiently walking with others through what does it look like to interpret this particular moment, but to tell the story of the movement of God with mystery and winsome delivery and nuance and enjoyment, and to draw out the lesser known stories and to draw out the mysticism that is within this particular walk and journey. And I would love to do that. I feel like I do that naturally as a pastor. I feel like I lean towards that. I'm gravitating towards that. And I also feel like what we need now in this moment is different forms of storytelling, different forms of inviting people on ramps and bridges onto this journey as we try to figure out what does it look like to pursue shalom in an unjust and unethical world, right? And so for me, I've been stirring to kind of, and frankly, I mean, I don't mean this in the way it may sound to some people, but I kind of want to start something that's mine,
Absolutely. I totally get that.
I really want to start something that's mine. I think I have always talked about this concept of wearing other people's armor and having to adopt and fit in a mold that wasn't necessarily made for me. And I have my own testimony, own history with God, own experiences, my own intersections with different parts of the faith and other people's lives. And I actually want to bring that to bear for this particular moment. I want to make gumbo in a way I haven't been able to make, and maybe in a way that would be freeing, experimenting with different formats. I'm best on the move. I'm best, kind of being agile and nimble. And so it was a moment where actually it wasn't necessarily my idea, like, oh, let's end it. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I actually see that it perfectly intersects with what the Spirit of God is stirring in my heart and where I'm feeling led by the nudge of the Spirit, And I also think, if we talk about why now together collectively, people are not listening to podcasts as much. And that's not to say that, because people aren't listening to podcasts, you should stop podcasting. But we want to go where the people are. And we want to go where they're listening and with what they're consuming and on the mediums and the platforms. And I think for you, even thinking about curriculum, even thinking about, Roadmap to Ruin, even thinking about Substack, even thinking about all those things, me foraying a little bit into TikTok, like trying to figure out, let me see, like, what does this look like? What does it look like for me to have a YouTube channel that extends some of these stories? What does it look like for me to bring back, most people don't know, but I used to do a TV show when I was much younger.